After the holidays are over, I can just imagine Vince McMahon sitting around thinking, well, we've revamped NXT. We've got all this kaleidoscopic stuff. It's all colorful. We've got all these crazy, wacky characters. What do we need to do to make it better? I know. Let's release more people. Ha ha ha. It's after the holidays, so they can't accuse us of being cruel. Ha ha. I'm a genius, pal. I'm John Rickman with my real honest thoughts on WWE's 2022 releases, round one, because I have a feeling they're probably going to do more. They're just cleaning house. The NXT that we knew and loved is totally fucking dead. They released some coaches, they released a couple other, production people, whatever. They probably released a whole bunch of people that weren't even reported on by Fightful, and I do credit Fightful for reporting on this stuff, and man, WWE is just going through a whole lot of stuff where they swallowed up so many goddamn people, so many indie talents and so many coaches and everything, and people that may still be able to contribute to wrestling, even in the ring, and they made them coaches and all this stuff and whatever, and now I don't think this is the end of it. I have a feeling we could end up seeing way more releases just before WrestleMania, possibly after WrestleMania. And I understand after gobbling up, gathering, whatever, like cliche, whatever word, whatever buzzword you want to use, just gobbling up so many goddamn people that they had to eventually release people. It is a business at the end of the day, but the record-breaking profits and all the stuff and everything, it makes it really hard for me to have sympathy for Vince and other people. And there are a couple that I will be focusing on that I think will be a big boost to any wrestling company, any mainstream wrestling company still operating. But let me know your thoughts on all these releases in the comments, please. There was one particularly jarring one that is just, whew, boy. Anyway, so again, this is all, reported by Fightful. And Senior VP of Consumer Products, Sarah Cummings, I guess she's not Cummings back. In all seriousness, I have no idea who she is, and I promise you all that I reacted to the last name Cummings with the good taste and maturity that you've all come to expect from me. And if you believe that, you have not paid attention to any of my videos. But hopefully, whatever avenue she goes into, she finds good work. But yeah, the Cummings back, it was right there on a batting tee. I couldn't help but barely knock it off the batting tee because I have no strength and I'm not an athlete at all. So, Gabe Sapolsky apparently is also released after the whole thing with Evolve and working for WWE. Now he can go off and do who the fuck knows what. Probably not deal with talent all that well if you've heard any of the rumors about Gabe. Not exactly the best guy to interact with talent because kind of an idiot. But Evolve was for a time a pretty good wrestling promotion that was a farm system for WWE, or ended up becoming a farm system for WWE, and with the amount of, time he's had in wrestling, I don't know, AEW or Impact, or maybe even the NWA actually might, be able to utilize him. They already have enough problem people there. What's one more? So, Kathy Carino, who apparently is related to Steve Carino, she was known as Allison Danger. I don't know. I mean, she's from the Carino family, almost said the Carino clan, but I would never say anything like that. Hopefully, she can find work. Hey, AEW, if she can work with the women, they need more coaches for the women. Why not? So, we then get to Ace Steel, who, I remember hearing about him, and hey, he's got something he could contribute to wrestling. Ryan Katz, who I think he wrote NXT. I think he might have wrote some of the main roster shows. I'm not really familiar with him. Road Dogg. Well, Road Dogg, I don't really have a lot of sympathy for you, in all honesty, because apparently, if you believe this stuff, he was very much outspoken about Black Lives Matter and also outspoken about Demi Lovato and various other things and whatever, because he's a good Christian. And there are good Christian people out there. He's not a good Christian. He's a piece of shit. He's also an idiot. He's also burned a lot of bridges. And I don't really have a lot of sympathy for Road Dogg. So I hope he doesn't fall off the wagon, because he did get clean, and substance abuse issues, alcohol, whatever, are difficult to get over. I could definitely see him showing up in AEW and trying to maybe align with Billy Gunn and do that kind of stuff. But hopefully not, because the Gunn Club, while not my favorite thing, actually is kind of being a little bit beneficial, because at least a couple young talents are being trained and, getting on-the-job training and getting a team with their dad. I really wouldn't be upset if Road Dogg just went away because I don't think he's really smart when it comes to wrestling. He was the least talented of the Armstrong family. He only, earned the most money out of all of them because, well, at the time he came along, he was a hell of a promo, and Vince McMahon was an idiot, paying him exorbitant amounts of money for no goddamn reason. Oh, yeah, him and Billy Gunn, their ass better call somebody, but Billy Gunn has a job. Maybe Road Dogg, you can blow up somebody's phone, and maybe not try to do the Voodoo Kin Mafia stuff that you did the last time you got fired. Even though that was years after he had gotten fired. It was so bizarre that he decided to do that almost 6 years after he got fired. So anyway, yeah, Road Dogg. Yeah, fuck Road Dogg. So, let's go to William Regal. Let's spend a little bit of time on William Regal. He is going to have his phone blown up by every mainstream wrestling company. I don't know if he's going to want to go to the UK. I think any Japanese company, given his just how many countries he's wrestled in, he could help out New Japan. Fuck, their booking needs goddamn help. But let's just focus on like Impact. He could work well in Impact. He could probably help a lot of the young talent there, both men and women. He's well respected. One of the unsung heroes of wrestling, as far as his work in the ring, his work in WCW, his work in WWE, his work behind the scenes in NXT, helping, bring talent in, going to bat for Sasha Banks, putting his job on the line because he saw something in her. So many people have spoken out, with love and support and appreciation for William Regal and all the stuff that he's done. And I think that, if AEW wanted to pull the trigger on having an on-screen authority figure, Regal. Tell me if Regal wanted to do it. I mean, and it's up to him. If Regal wanted to retire, not do this anymore, just sit at home after almost 3 decades in wrestling, he could do that too. NWA, I think he would try, but I don't think he could really help the NWA. I think Impact or AEW would be the best call. But him as the on-screen authority figure, and yes, it wouldn't be him shouting War Games, but he could shout Blood and Guts. He could do that terrible British accent. I'm so sorry to anybody across the pond, as they say, that heard that. But I think William Regal is somebody that absolutely could contribute so much still to wrestling, given the vast knowledge from all the matches he worked and just being able to understand talent. And does everybody have a 1,000, batting average? No. But he's right more often than he's not right. And given what he was able to help do for the NXT brand on screen and off screen, 100%. Blow up his phone, give him $500,000, or at least $250,000, something. Give him a sizable contract to help coach, train, nurture talent backstage. He can do a lot. And I mean, maybe indie companies need to have him come in and do seminars and stuff like that, and help, maybe shape him up and stuff like that. But I think William Regal is going to be like the one that benefits the most from finally being free and being able to do what he wants any old time. If he wants to sit at home, good. If he wants to go, if AEW does not blow up his phone, that's a major fucking mistake. William Regal is going to be a big benefit if he wants to stay in wrestling. And then Dave Kapoor, who apparently is former Rajan Singh. Guess he was a writer after not being with the great Khali anymore. Okay. He could do some production stuff for NWA, Impact, AEW, that kind of stuff. Scott Armstrong, #HardBodyRef. I don't know if he's still going to wrestle, because I think he's in his late 50s, early 60s. But coach for sure. He could be a referee. Hell, I think AEW probably could use another referee, in all honesty. They could maybe ease Rick Knox into, I don't know, maybe gain a blood transfusion. Because the last one he had, he forgot to say when. Scott Armstrong, though, I think should be a referee. So he could do the NWA. Because, given the ties that his dad had to NWA Southern Wrestling, that would actually make sense. George Carroll, no idea. No idea who the fuck he is. Not a goddamn clue. I don't know. I hope he lands on his feet, but I don't know who he is. Hideki Suzuki of Diamond Mine. The Japanese guy of Diamond Mine that didn't do anything because apparently he was a coach. I mean, somebody sent me clips of like some of his matches, and some were full-length matches, and yeah, the guy can work, I don't know what the fuck he does. Go back to Japan? Impact? AEW? I would say Ring of Honor, but I don't think Ring of Honor, even if they come back, is going to matter. They're not going to have any contracted talent. That's if they come back. But yeah, okay. I mean, Diamond Mine, I wouldn't actually be too surprised if Diamond Mine ends up getting broken up soon, because even though Roderick Strong apparently signed a new contract, well, that's never stopped WWE before. I'm not wishing it. I'm just saying, with this company, you can't tell. Timothy Thatcher, who apparently was working as a coach, I guess he was injured, but he was working as a coach while he recovered. Thatcher is somebody that could, New Japan Strong for sure should bring him in. Him versus Filthy Tom Lawler? You're telling me that wouldn't be appealing? That'd be very appealing. He could work with Ren Narita. He could work with various young lions. Him versus Fred Rosser. Him versus Rocky Romero. Thatcher can work with a lot of people. He would fit in fine Impact. He could do some brawling stuff in the NWA. I don't know about AEW. I think he could. I think for a few appearances, sure. I don't know if that would work. He could do some, brawling stuff. Him versus Danielson would be nice. I would like to see that. Him versus Punk would be nice. Him versus Kingston. There are some dream matches there, but Thatcher, I think, would be a big boost to a lot of brands. New Japan Strong, and then we trickle down from there. Danny Burch. Danny Burch is another guy that I think, him and Oni Lorcan, now Biff Busick, or Busick, or however the hell it's said. I'm just going to say Biff Lorcan. I'll just call him that, even though it makes no goddamn sense. Danny and Oni were actually a great goddamn tag team. And if they could reunite them or whatever on the indies or whatever, they would be a hell of a goddamn tag team. But Danny, I'm not sure exactly what Danny Burch is going to do, but New Japan Strong, AEW, appearances in the NWA and Impact, stuff like that. There's potential here. Now, that's really all I got to say about these releases. I mean, yeah, it's not exactly the most glowing video, but yeah, WWE is, if they're not preparing to sell the company, I don't really know what the fuck we're doing here. Because at this point, with what they're doing with NXT, and however you feel about the revamp, it is what it is. People have to rotate in and out. But it's getting to the point now where all the stuff from the black and gold brand is just going away. I wouldn't be surprised if Shawn Michaels left. He might. I mean, he might stick around or whatever. He might keep one eye on other endeavors and then one eye on the NXT product. But it is what it is. There's really not much more to say about this. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.